2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Bluff Championship is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and out on the course following our feature group is the delightful Henny Koyak. Hello, Henny.
Hi Luke, great to be with you guys. Now this group will be one to watch today. Lots of chatter on social media leading up to this pairing. We have a rookie on tour who has set very specific goals for themselves, and their first one is to beat their playing partner this week.
Love it, Henny. This will make for an extra layer of excitement. It always adds a bit more drama to an event when we can follow a competition within a competition. Can't wait to see what happens in our featured group throughout this tournament. That's a good-looking shot there. Time for the second shot into the first. Interesting choice of the driver here. And here we are with the third shot. All right, Henny. What's he got in front of him here with this putt?
Yeah, 15 feet out. He's been staring this one down.
It was on a good line. A good opportunity here, just 6 feet to the hole.
This is what they have left for a par.
Hey, that's a chance. Yeah, a bit long on that one. Starting the round above par today.
Starting off with a bogey at first, not tragic. You got a lot of holes to make it up. Let's see how they deal with it going forward.
And after a bogey at the last, they're looking for a big drive on this hole. That's heading for the fairway. Second shot on the second. Just needs this one to kick right. Yep, that shot safely on the green. Putting for birdie here. No, that's too bad. Just 3 feet to the cup. And now to Bubba Watson.
Coming off a bogey on the last hole.
What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
The breeze has just got up. You see where the flags are flickering, and it's straight back up into this player.
What a shot! Almost went in the bucket. And after that effort, this is how the field is shaping up. One of our on-course reporters, John McCarthy, has been out surveying the scene here in preparation for today's broadcast. John, what are some of the things the players will be looking out for today at Craggy Heights?
Well, Luke, I think one of the first things the players are going to be looking at is really, literally, the shapes of these fairways. They are laid out in a way that often there are little pockets of fairway that the players can hit to. And if they do end up safe, they can really open up options on their approach shots, but they're going to have to be confident in their swing to reap those rewards. Another thing to watch for are holes like the 5th, where the fairway narrows significantly the further out you hit your tee shot. There's also holes like the par 4 17th, where you can drive the green, yes, but there is a lot of danger in the form of water and sand around the green to contend with. So it's very much a risk-reward course. Can't wait to just sit back and watch how these professionals take this course on. Should be a fun week here at Craigie Heights.
Here we are at the 4th hole. And after a par at the last, chance to maybe take a step in the right direction here. Good looking shot this. Now let's change gears and head over to Bubba Watson.
He's one stroke behind his rival in this event.
Let's return to live play now. Most golfers these days, Rich, are quite generic style players. It's that hit it as far as you can, knock it on the green, try and hold some putts. But with Bubba Watson, we just got the artist back in the game, didn't we? We had someone who was prepared to do whatever it needed to be to get that ball in the hole. He's just astonishing to watch.
You know, to me, Luke, I think Bubba was born in the wrong era. I think he would have been better served with persimmon woods, a lot of golf balls, and blades. And I think that he would be an even bigger impact on the game than he currently is, if that's even possible. I watch what he does with the modern equipment, and it's mind-blowing. He's one of the few players, Luke, that I will actually go in the driving range and watch hit golf shots because it is so fun to watch him aim 30 yards left and just try and hit these big sweeping hooks and fades and everything. I mean, it's just unbelievable what he can do with the golf ball. His eye-hand coordination is simply the best in the game.
And there's always the sense of a birdie in the air when we stride onto a par 5 tee. Yeah, you hit a beauty, didn't you? Well, Rich, it's become a bit of a new age thing on tour. A couple of rivalries that heat up on social media. We've seen a number of other players that call each other out. What have you made of this social media age?
Well, you better have thick skin if you're going to get into the social media arena. Thankfully, they didn't have it when I was out there on tour because I don't know if I could handle it. I certainly couldn't be trusted with it back then. But I think if you're going to go into that arena, you have to treat social media like it's just something that it's fun to do. If you do go down that rabbit hole in social media, you better be prepared for the consequences.
Good chance to move to even par if they can make this putt.
Little birdie look in here. Rolling end to end, this looking nice.
Super shot that.
It was nice to see that go in because it has been pretty darn ugly up to this point.
And now to Bubba Watson.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Wow, what a save.
And now this is why you can never get comfortable, even if you're leading a PGA Tour pro. This is what they do. They mean business.
Always positive coming off a birdie. Let's see what happens here. Tug this one. Well, this should be unpredictable. Don't know what you're going to get from the golfing gods here. This is not a good outcome. Buried in the deep stuff. Looks to be going with the 5-iron. This one's headed towards the rough.
That's a perfectly fine result, hitting from a lie like that.
Setting up miles from the hole.
This for back-to-back birdies.
That's disappointing. Pretty good chance here. This one's for par. I don't mind the look of this. Trailing by 4 strokes. It's time to begin this par 4 hole. That should find the cut stuff.
Luke, unfortunately, that got a horrible kick. Ended up in the rough. This would be a momentum saver here, getting this up and down.
Didn't that look good for a long time? Well, Rich, from where I'm sitting, this looks makeable. Do you agree?
Luke, I gotta say, I don't like their chances. I have been wrong once before, but I really can't remember when that was.
That was a gallant attempt. Bogey putt coming up here. That will work. The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. Here we find ourselves at the dramatic 8th hole at Craggy Heights, a par 3 playing 198 yards from the back tees.
Look, probably one of those picturesque par 3s on this golf course, if not the one. Obviously, coming up shy is a huge no-no with water lurking there. You're going to see most players hit it deep into the green. Anywhere in the heart of the green really is just fine. Walking off with a par here is just dandy.
A birdie putt awaits.
This is on a great line.
Just didn't drop. This is a par putt. Yeah, well hold. Let's move on to the next. Now let's change gears and head over to Bubba Watson.
Birdied their last hole.
And there it goes from the sand. And now we can take a look at how that play affects the leaderboard. The Spaniard John Rahm currently leading the event as we head to the next hole. This has to be one of the more difficult holes in golf, the long par 4. And after a par at the last, a chance to perhaps signal some intent.
That's really not what they were looking for.
Henny, do you have a better look at this lie?
Oh, some smiles here. A bit of luck in the second cut. It's sitting nicely.
Going with the 8-iron here. That's the right option. Put it back in play. Getting ready to play their third.
Breeze coming right into his melon.
Looked like they were swinging a snake, not a golf club. Not sure if that's what they're intending to do.
Wind is absolutely swirling in this part of the golf course.
Found the green side bunker. Looking for an up and down here. That is a delightful bunker shot, Beamer. Sitting at 1 over. On the green now, but a bit of work left to do here. This putt right on 12 feet to the hole.
Oh yeah, this is tracking nicely.
Oh, just missed. Time to make a putt here. This one's for double. You've finished your work on that hole. Let's take a look at the next one. Well, Rich, as we make the turn to the back nine, what are your thoughts so far?
Well, Luke, this rivalry we've been watching has been fun. This player's behind their rival as we make the turn. It'll be fun to see how this matchup shakes out.
Attaboy, good shot. And Henny, what are you seeing down there?
Yeah, this breeze just starting to get up now on the course, and it's directly into the face.
And here we are with the third shot. Sitting at 3 over. Oh, that's the hands of a surgeon. Lovely touch.
Love watching this player around the greens.
In she goes. Let's head to the next. And that's a little disappointing, dropping some spots on the leaderboard. Teeing off here at the 11th. Looks to have opted for the 8-iron. That's inside the house of opportunity. And this putt is for a big 2 on the scorecard. Ouch, that hurts. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Just got to trickle this one in the front door. It's downhill.
Tracking. Now, nice to make a mid-range par putt. And now to Bubba Watson.
He's currently ahead in this rivalry. Let's see what happens.
And choosing the 8-iron here. Come on, sit. Nicely done. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. John Rahm holds a familiar spot of top spot on this leaderboard. Oh, Rich loves standing on this 12th tee here, a par 5. You're always thinking birdie or perhaps better. Take us through it.
At 555 yards, Luke, there still is a decision to be made off the tee for these players. Do they challenge the fairway bunker, but also bring in the water down the right-hand side, or do they just go ahead and lay it up to the left and make it a 3-shotter? The bold players are going to knock it down to a sliver of an opening, and from there, they're going to be able to go for it. Second shot playing a little bit downhill. A little pond over on the left-hand side can be a little bit nuisance, but all in all, it's a pretty simple, straightforward par 5. Birdies are in order.
This shot from 120 yards.
Wind moving the golf ball left to right.
And how about that for confidence? Going right at the pin here in the midst of their rivalry with Bubba Watson. Love seeing that sort of play.
Putting for birdie. And that puddle drop. Well done. Now let's change gears and head over to Bubba Watson.
He's 1 stroke in front of his rival so far today. Great stuff.
And as the scorecard suggests, heading up the leaderboard. Let's see what happens here on the 13th hole, shall we? Not quite sure about the strike on that one. This could be heading towards the rough. Henny, how's that ball lying? It's tough to see from here.
You can get great connection on this one. The rough's not going to cause any trouble. It's sitting good. Got great connection here. Yeah, this is looking good.
Yep, that one's on the dance floor. You can two-putt that for sure. Well, this would be a bonus. This is a very long putt.
Looking for another birdie here.
Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? 7 feet to the cup.
Looking to drop this putt to be even with Bubba.
That's frustrating. And just a little bit of clean-up work remaining on this hole. Sitting at 4 over for the event. It's time to tee off here at the 14th hole. Well, I like the look of the line here. This should find the fairway. And now to Bubba Watson.
Yeah, he just made bogey on that last one.
Here we are in the fairway bunker. Can they execute a good shot? And back to the course with the live action. What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
Setting up here from about 155.
Going with the 8-iron here.
Just needs a little bit more of a kick to the right.
A wonderful shot into 14. It sets up another look at birdie. And they'll tap this in for birdie. That's a good way to bounce back from the drop shot at the last hole. Currently at +3 for the event.
Gotta like it, moving up the leaderboard, never a bad thing.
We have a par 3 on this one. Going with the 6-iron here. This one's heading left, I think. Second shot here on the 15th. And he needs this to save par.
They've got this to pull ahead of Bubba. This rivalry is heating up today.
Top effort, that. Our work here is done. Let's head to the next hole. Currently at 4 over for the day. We have a par 5 at this one. Time for the second shot at the 16th. Setting up from the first cut here in the green. Oh, that was tidy. That should ensure the up and down.
Great touch.
Now let's change gears and head over to Bubba Watson.
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Come on, ball. Don't deny him.
That's one of those putts that you're proud of at the end of a round. They all add up.
Oh, that's going to add a little fuel to the fire of this group rivalry, guys. Massive putt.
Oh, don't we love a short par 4, particularly on the penultimate hole, Rich. 17 here, playing under 300 yards.
Luke, at just 283 yards, listen, if you're not going to go for this green, you better just give up your tour card. I mean, literally, this is a begging to be gone. This hole is going to show you what kind of player you truly are. Take out the three-wooder driver, knock it on the green, make eagle, make the crowd go wild. Anything less than that? No, thank you.
And from the bunker here, let's get back to it, shall we? Just taking a look at this one, Rich. Do you think it's makeable?
You know, Luke, I've heard this metaphor before. Every once in a while, a blind squirrel finds an acorn. I believe that rings true in this scenario.
Ooh. That'll sting a bit. A 7-footer right here.
This for a birdie run.
Okay, steady now. The only good thing about free putting for par is you don't drop a shot. And with that effort, now 3 over for the tournament. This hole is a par 4, and it's a pretty lengthy one at that. Well, on the tee now, coming off for par. A chance to pipe one up the middle. That tee shot looks pretty good. This shot coming from around the 150-yard marker.
The breeze is moving left to right up there.
Looks to have opted for the 8-iron. Yeah, that's a good line. That should find the surface. That's an absolute ripper. What a shot. And this putt is for a final score of 74. And with that putt, that'll bring his tournament to a close. Well, Henny, we saw some extraordinary shot making out on the course here today. We saw some phenomenal play when it mattered most. A win over Bubba Watson? You'd put that in your kit bag and take it.
Absolutely you would. As we mentioned off the top, Luke, this player was gunning for the fearless Bubba Watson, and they proceeded to beat him. It was a great performance to watch this week, and I'm looking forward to seeing where this player's career goes from here.
Well, UK Sports and the PGA Tour are delighted to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Serenity Championship is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group.
Hi Luke, I'm looking forward to bringing you the action from the ground level for this week's featured group. Now there's a sense of heightened competition this week, and this player has mentioned that they're starting up a rivalry this week with their playing partner.
So it appears this player's target is to beat Ricky Fowler this week. That should be an exciting showdown, Henny.
Yeah, Ricky Fowler sounds like he's up for the challenge. On social media, he's been talking about this rivalry. Is Ricky ever not up for the challenge, though? He'll smile as he's beating you, that's for sure.
Yes, likes to kill him with kindness, does our Ricky. He is a wonderful fella on and off the course. And with a renewed confidence in his game, the new father's looking to shine here. This will be a tough challenge for our rivalry. Why not take another look at that effort?
I'm glad we get to see this again. This one should be practiced at home.
He currently shares fourth position. Let's go down to John McCarthy for our on-course report. And John, you've now had some time to walk the course this week before today's show. What are we in for today at the Jacobson Homestead?
Well, Luke, yes, I love walking around this rural setting. Not a whole lot of trouble to start off with, but things heat up quite a bit when you hit the 7th hole, par 4. Has a dogleg left and a few bunkers and trees to deal with off the tee. Back 9 opens with a narrow and lengthy par 5, but that's really as tricky as it gets. I guess it gets a little swampy on the 15th, but the water generally won't be a factor for many players out there in the field. They saved the most challenging tee shot for the 18th, which leads up to an elevated green for the approach. That will be a fun hole to watch this week. Hopefully provide some drama coming down the final stretch. Let's see what happens, guys.
Now let's switch our focus to Ricky Fowler.
He's got some work to do, but he's only one back from his rival.
Looking great now.
And down she goes, the long-range bomb.
Yeah, that is not what you want to come up against mid-round, mid-rivalry. That was mean.
A chance for a birdie if this goes down. That was a gallant attempt. Well, this would be a good one to make. It's for par. Oh, Rich, is there anything more disappointing setting up what you'd think is a makeable birdie putt, but unfortunately not able to convert?
Couldn't convert after 2 good shots there. Disappointment as they're so close to the lead.
Not sure if they got that one flush. This might not find the fairway. The lies aren't too bad here in the first cut of rough.
Wow, did this come out beautifully?
Yeah, nicely played. And he's down there. You got a read?
Yeah, he's staring down about 12 feet. This is their look at birdie. This really looks good.
Well done. Take the birdie. As we look at the leaderboard, this player sits in second place behind Colin Morikawa.
Always like to see your name moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
Opting for the 6 iron. Oh, this would be handy if it could bounce right. It's a little wayward.
Wynn got that one and took it wayward.
Here's Ricky Fowler's next shot. Oh my, how about that for a par?
Oh, beautiful little pitch shot down the hill. Thank you. gets it to go. Great shot.
Well, here's an unlikely player. A little bit of an underdog, you say?
Yes, but everybody on the PGA Tour can play. He's just an unknown quantity at the moment. I'm excited to watch.
And a par putt awaits him. Well, that's a bit disappointing.
Sometimes when you try and get it up the hill, you just forget to hit it sometimes, and it seems so in this case.
Oh, so close. This putt is for double bogey. And unfortunately dropping back to level with the card.
Unfortunately backing up slowly but surely on that leaderboard, Luke.
This one looks to be headed towards the fairway.
Luke, that did not end up where you said it was going to. It's in the rough.
Few players have had the kind of impact on the game that Ricky Fowler has, and certainly being a fan favourite, Rich. It's funny when you see grown men dressed head to toe in orange supporting this wonderful person. But I know he wants more out of his career bio than what he's got right now.
And he will definitely get it as well, Luke. He's too good of a talent, and he has too much ability to not be a great player and be on the top of the leaderboard definitely a few times during the season. He is definitely, if there is a Pied Piper in golf outside of Tiger Woods, I would put my thumb on Ricky Fowler, just because so many people go out there dressed in the orange gear that he has, and whatever he does, they just love it. He's engaging, he's affable, he looks like he is enjoying himself on the golf course, which I truly believe he is. He really is one of these players that's so dynamic and so fun to be around. You can't help but root for him week in and week out.
Moments like that deserve another look.
I need to see this again because I still can't believe they hold that.
Now over to Ricky Fowler.
Oh, he's out in front here in this rivalry, but can he stay that way?
Whew. Wow, that's right out of the Gary Player highlight reel. Okay, let's get back to the action. Let's see what happens here on the 6th. Beautiful swing there. Rich, one of the big advantages for the experienced players on tour is their history around particular courses. But what advice would you give to the new players who are coming to a course for the first time and how to handle it?
I would say tread easily. Go in there and just try to get into a good rhythm on the golf course. Don't try and go out and try and hit too many heroic shots or go after too many flag sticks, because if you don't know what the consequences are if you don't pull off that shot, well, shame on you. So I think that the veterans obviously have more knowledge about golf courses, and they can say, oh, I don't want to miss it there because that's dead. I've seen it happen before. When you go into a new golf course, Luke, you got to go in with it and just try and play a little bit on the defensive side. Don't get too greedy. Don't try and make too many things happen. Go in there, find some fairways, find some greens, hole a few putts here and there, get some confidence going first before you start attacking pins.
Let's move one step closer to the lead here. This putt for a share of 4th. Nice one. 4th birdie of the day. And that will take him to 2 under. He's currently tied for 4th.
And after that good play, moving up the leaderboard.
Deep into the front 9. Here we are at the 7th hole.
That's a swing only a mother could love there, Luke.
And how's that ball lying?
He's eyeing this up and he's pleased with what he's seeing. This is sitting nicely.
Looks to have chosen the 7-iron.
Just a bit outside into the rough.
Getting ready to play their third. Currently a shot off the lead. A good mid-range putt this one, a 16-footer.
This is what they have left for par.
Just didn't drop. 4 feet to the cup. Well, at least it wasn't a double. Now let's switch our focus to Ricky Fowler.
He's currently in 4th place.
Oh, wouldn't that have been nice? So after that effort, let's have a look at the contenders and the pretenders. Par 3s always offer up that hope of a hole-in-one. Opting for the 5-wood.
This one headed out to the left.
Trying to get to 2 under with this putt. Didn't quite have the right stuff there. Looks like a pretty straightforward 5-footer to me. Ooh, right by the hole. Let's try and make this one. Only dropped the 1 shot. And the putt drops, but that's back-to-back bogeys now.
2 bogeys in a row, never a good sign. Have to see if they can rebound from that.
Yes! Hold it!
Well, when your rival plays golf every single second of the day and eats birdies for breakfast, lunch and dinner, this is what you get.
Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead. Trying to shake off the bogey on the last hole as they step onto this tee. That was wonderfully done. From about 200 yards out. 5 shots off the lead. Looks like they've got the 5-wood.
All right, we're going with an extra club here.
Oh, well played. This putt to join those amongst the top 10 on the leaderboard. A bit long on that one. This one just outside 7 feet to the hole. This one started out on a good line. There it is. Now 5 strokes behind. Ooh, bold play here. Going with the chief off the tee. Oh, absolutely flushed. Time for the second shot at the 10th. Always like it when they take the big dog and let it rip from the middle of the fairway. Oh, I like the courage here, Rich, getting after this par 5 in 2.
As they should. What a play. Hopefully they'll be rewarded for that play.
Oh, just missed. Yeah, that looked to be a bit of a misread. Just a 4-footer remaining.
Needs this putt to tie Ricky Fowler.
And racking up their 5th birdie of the day. And he'll move into the top 10. Now over to Ricky Fowler.
He's currently 1 stroke better than his rival and playing partner today.
Shame it didn't drop. So after that effort, this is the current standings on the course. The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. Now on the tee after a birdie, fired up and ready for more. Well, that's a handy shot. And Henny, what's he looking at here?
He's setting up here from about 115 yards.
Well, that'll work. Up on the dance floor. Could have been worse. Let's see if we can make this big putt for birdie.
If they can sink this, they'll pull ahead of Fowler. This could get interesting.
Oh, that's too bad.
I think he gave that one too much respect. They didn't want to hit it too hard and go racing past the hole.
No movement up or down on the leaderboard for this player. Let's see what happens here at the 12th. opting for the 5-iron. Yeah, well played. A chance to move to a couple under the card with this putt. Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? 7 feet to the cup. Ah, that's frustrating. Putting now for a bogey. Now let's switch our focus to Ricky Fowler.
He's trying to pull ahead in this group rivalry. Let's see what happens.
Oh, that one just missed the hole. Let's take a look at the leaderboard as it stands. Well, 13th. That's unlucky for some, Rich. Well, Rich, that's a shot they'd like to have back again for sure. This shot was about 140 yards out.
Straight downwind, tough to put a lot of spin on it and hold the green.
Chosen the pitching wedge here. That's disappointing.
Coming up a little short with that effort. Not bad, though.
There's part of about 6 feet coming up. Ouch, that hurts. And this one is for bogey. Down it goes, but that's back-to-back bogeys. Time to lift.
You're making one bad mistake with another, compounding it, not good.
We find ourselves on the tee, one of the stronger par fours on the back nine here at Jacobson Homestead. The 14th playing 483, Rich, from the tips.
Yeah, generous landing area, thankfully out to the right-hand side. Obviously a bunker down the left, and if you miss it even further left, there's water lurking. But the second shot, this is where it gets slippery. This is where it gets dangerous, especially to a back right hole location. All of a sudden, the water down the right-hand side comes into full view. Bailing out to the left in the bunker, not so hot either. Tell you what, it takes a brave player to fire at this flag stick.
Okay, time to return to the action. This putt, a chance to move inside the top 20 on the leaderboard. That was a gallant attempt. 3 feet to go here to the hole. In she goes. Let's head to the next. Well, let's get amongst this 15th hole. This one's looking good off the tee. That should find the short stuff. And Henny, what kind of a shot are they facing this time?
Yeah, the breeze ruffling their shirt, hitting their back. It's going to be tough to control the distance here.
Looks like this one's going to the beach. Sitting at +1. What have they got in front of them here, Henny?
All right, down the hill here. Got to be gentle.
Oh, so close. A par putt on the table. At 1 over par now, heading to the stretch. A chance to lift. Now over to Ricky Fowler.
He's happy, just came off a birdie.
And let's see what that shot did to the leaderboard. Trailing by 6 shots after that hole. Let's see what happens here at the 16th. Seemed to lose the handle on that shot.
And missing it long with that approach, not a good leave.
Ooh, that almost went down. If he makes this, he'll save his par. It's on a good line. That's a good putt for par. You'll take it. Now 6 strokes back after that hole. Well, here we go, Rich. We're at the penultimate hole, the 17th. This shot here from about 240 yards.
Wind is blowing left to right. Going to try and hold it against the wind.
And going with driver off the deck with this shot. Wow, what happened there?
Bit too much club there, wasn't it?
Wow, that almost went in the hole. What's in front of them, Henny?
Careful not to leave this one short. It's back uphill, and nothing worse than leaving an uphill putt short.
It was on a good line. And this next putt, it's for bogey. Now let's switch our focus to Ricky Fowler.
He's currently ahead in this rivalry. Let's see what happens.
Well, that's got to have some impact on the scoreboard. Let's take a look. Rich, we find ourselves at the finishing hole here at Jacobson Homestead, and it seems strange to be playing it just at 400 yards.
I tell you what, though, I like this finishing hole because it gives you options. You don't have to necessarily hit driver here. If you do, you got to take it over some pretty tall trees, and you can't miss it to the left-hand side. The safe play, lay it out to the right, but now your second shot becomes just a little bit longer, a little bit more difficult to get it that close to the hole. I love the options you have on this finishing hole. A great opportunity for one final birdie.
Going with the 5-iron here. And here we are with the third shot. Yeah, it's about 14 feet to the hole.
This is tracking right into the front of this cup.
Gets that one to go down, and that'll end the day's work. Well, I'm sure that wasn't what this player had in mind for this event, but hopefully there's something better in their immediate future.
Yeah, that is putting it very gently there, Luke. Not very much happening at all in this player's game this week.
Well, that just about concludes our coverage. I'm Luke Elvey, and on behalf of Rich Beam, plus